You might not think twice before popping leftovers into the microwave, but what if I told you that reheating certain foods could be silently undermining your health, especially as a senior? It's a small act, one we've all done countless times, but for those in their golden years, it can quietly weaken digestion, strain the heart, or even cloud the mind. Studies like those published in the Journal of Food Safety reveal that some reheated foods pose unique risks for older adults, affecting everything from blood pressure to joint health. At first glance, warming up yesterday's meal feels like a practical choice, a way to save time and savor familiar flavors. But some foods, when microwaved, lose their nourishment or transform into substances that burden the systems you rely on most after 65. Your heart, your gut, your balance. In this video, we'll uncover 3 foods seniors should never reheat and 3 you must reheat to protect your vitality. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal one everyday ingredient that seems harmless, but could be slowly eroding your strength with every reheated bite. Let's start with the foods you should be reheating, because when done right, they can nourish your body, sharpen your mind, and keep you moving with confidence. If you're new here, I invite you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, so you never miss a health tip crafted just for you. If you find this video helpful, drop a 1 in the comments. If it misses the mark, let me know with a 0, and I'll work to make content that serves you better. 3 foods seniors must reheat to protect their health. 1. Red meat, a warm foundation for strength and stability. There's something grounding about a hearty meal, especially in the quiet moments of the day when you pause to nourish yourself. For seniors, red meat like beef or pork can be a powerful ally when prepared and reheated with care. It's not just about savoring a familiar taste. It's about fortifying the body that has carried you through decades of life. What many don't realize is that reheating red meat isn't just safe. It's essential for older adults. Raw or undercooked beef and pork can harbor bacteria like E. coli or Listeria, which pose a significant threat to seniors with naturally weaker immune systems. These pathogens can lead to foodborne illnesses that sap energy, disrupt digestion, or, in severe cases, affect the nervous system. But when you reheat red meat to an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit 74 degrees Celsius, you create a shield, ensuring the food is safe and nourishing. Reheating also unlocks practical benefits. As we age, muscle mass naturally declines, a condition known as sarcopenia. Red meat is rich in high-quality protein and iron, both critical for maintaining strength and preventing fatigue. A warm plate of reheated beef stew or pork roast delivers these nutrients in a form that's easy to chew and digest, especially for those with dental challenges or reduced appetite. The warmth soothes the stomach, stimulates circulation, and brings comfort on days when the body feels heavy or the weather turns cold. But the benefits go beyond the physical. There's an emotional weight to red meat, a connection to family dinners, holiday feasts, or moments when the table was a place of love and laughter. Reheating a portion of last night's roast isn't just about convenience. It's a small ritual of self-care, a way to honor the body and the memories it holds. Add a sprinkle of rosemary or a side of soft carrots, and you're not just eating, you're nourishing your soul. Here's a tip. Reheat red meat gently, using a low microwave setting or a stovetop with a splash of broth to keep it moist. This preserves the texture and flavor while ensuring safety. For seniors managing heart health, choose lean cuts and pair them with fiber-rich vegetables to balance the meal. But while red meat strengthens you when reheated properly, not every warm dish offers the same kindness. Some foods, though comforting, can turn against you when microwaved, disrupting more than just your digestion. They can strain your heart, inflame your joints, and dim the clarity you work so hard to maintain. If you're finding these insights helpful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. 2. Cream-based pasta, a soothing elixir for body and spirit. In the soft light of late afternoon, when the world slows and the body craves comfort, there's something deeply healing about a warm bowl of cream-based pasta. Whether it's fettuccine alfredo, a creamy mushroom linguine, or a homemade mac and cheese, these dishes feel like a hug from the inside out. For seniors, reheating cream-based pasta isn't just a matter of taste. It's a way to protect health and restore energy. Unlike processed convenience foods, a homemade cream-based pasta dish becomes safer and more nourishing when reheated properly. Cream sauces, if left at room temperature or stored improperly, can become breeding grounds for bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus or Bacillus cereus. These pathogens thrive in rich, dairy-based environments, posing risks of food poisoning that hit older adults harder due to slower immune responses. Reheating to a steaming 165 degrees Fahrenheit 74 degrees Celsius eliminates these threats, ensuring the dish is as safe as it is satisfying. Beyond safety, reheating cream-based pasta preserves its emotional and nutritional value. As appetite often wanes with age, creamy dishes offer a calorie-dense, easy-to-swallow option that doesn't overwhelm the senses. The warmth soothes a sensitive stomach, while the fats and carbohydrates provide steady energy to combat afternoon fatigue. For seniors at risk of unintentional weight loss, a small portion of reheated creamy pasta can be a gentle way to maintain strength without forcing heavy meals. There's also a deeper nourishment in these dishes. Cream-based pasta evokes memories of shared meals, of kitchens filled with laughter, of times when food was more than sustenance, it was connection. Reheating last night's lasagna or penne feels like revisiting those moments. A quiet act of self-love that says, you deserve comfort. Add a pinch of fresh parsley or a sprinkle of Parmesan, and you elevate the dish with antioxidants and calcium, supporting bones and immunity. To reheat, use a microwave-safe dish with a lid to trap moisture, stirring halfway to ensure even heating. If the sauce thickens, a splash of milk can restore its silky texture. For those watching cholesterol, opt for lighter creams or blend in pureed vegetables for added nutrients without sacrificing flavor. But not every warm dish returns your care with kindness. Some foods, when microwaved, betray the body they once nourished, creating burdens you might not feel until it's too late. 3 tofu dishes. A gentle ally for vitality and ease. There's a quiet wisdom in simple foods, unassuming, steady, and deeply sustaining. Tofu, with its soft texture and versatile nature, is one such gift for seniors, especially when reheated with intention. It's not just a plant-based protein. It's a cornerstone for health in the later years, particularly when warmed to ensure safety. Tofu dishes, whether stir-fried with vegetables, simmered in a savory broth, or baked with spices, can harbor bacteria like Listeria or Salmonella if not stored properly. For seniors whose immune systems are less robust, these pathogens can lead to serious digestive upset or even systemic infections. Reheating tofu to an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit 74 degrees Celsius eliminates these risks, transforming it into a safe, nourishing meal that supports the body's changing needs. Tofu's benefits shine in its gentle nature. Rich in protein and calcium, it supports muscle maintenance and bone health, critical for preventing frailty as we age. Its soft texture is easy on aging teeth and stomachs, making it ideal for those with chewing difficulties or sensitive digestion. When reheated, tofu absorbs the flavors of its sauce or seasoning, becoming a comforting, nutrient-dense dish that doesn't weigh you down. Emotionally, tofu carries a sense of calm and adaptability. It's a blank canvas, shaped by the spices and memories you bring to it. Perhaps a stir-fry that recalls a favorite restaurant, or a soup that feels like home. Reheating tofu is more than practicality. It's a moment to pause, to care for yourself with intention. Pair it with steamed greens or a dash of soy sauce for added vitamins and flavor. To reheat, use a microwave on medium power or a stovetop with a touch of water to prevent drying. Stir gently to maintain tofu's delicate texture. For seniors managing blood pressure, go light on salty sauces and incorporate anti-inflammatory spices like turmeric. Tofu, when reheated, builds you up quietly but surely. But not every food returns such loyalty. Some, when warmed a second time, can unravel the very systems you're working to protect: your heart, your nerves, your clarity. What if the next dish you microwave is silently working against you? Let's uncover the 3 foods seniors should never reheat. If you're still with me, drop a 1 in the comments to share you're here. 3 foods seniors should never reheat. 1. Mushrooms, a hidden threat beneath their earthy charm. Mushrooms have a way of grounding us, don't they? Their earthy flavor and tender texture feel like a gift from nature, a reminder of simpler, slower times. For seniors, mushrooms seem like a perfect choice. Low in calories, high in antioxidants, and gentle when freshly cooked. But there's a truth about mushrooms that lingers beneath their wholesome surface, one that becomes critical as we age. Reheating cooked mushrooms can turn a nourishing meal into a quiet risk, especially for older adults with sensitive digestion. Mushrooms are rich in complex proteins and amino acids, which are beneficial when fresh but delicate under heat. When cooked, these proteins break down into digestible forms. But when cooled and reheated, especially in a microwave, the proteins denature further, forming compounds that can be hard for an aging gut to process. For a younger body, this might pass unnoticed. But for seniors whose digestive enzymes are less efficient, reheated mushrooms can lead to bloating, discomfort, or even nausea. Worse, if mushrooms are stored improperly before reheating, bacteria like Clostridium botulinum or Listeria can take hold, particularly in dishes cooked with butter or oil. These pathogens may not cause immediate symptoms, but they can silently stress the digestive tract or nervous system, stealing energy and clarity from your day. The cost isn't always obvious. It might be a morning spent feeling sluggish, a stomach that protests quietly, or a subtle fatigue that dims your joy. Over time, these small burdens add up, taxing a body that deserves gentleness. Reheated mushrooms also lose their antioxidant power, offering little to counter the inflammation and oxidative stress that naturally rise with age. It's a subtle betrayal, one that feels like comfort but delivers strain. Mushrooms are a gift best enjoyed fresh at their peak, not lingering in the fridge only to be microwaved later. Sauté them with garlic for a vibrant side dish, or toss them raw into a salad. But let go of the urge to reheat. Your body in its wisdom deserves better. What about another kitchen staple? One that promises health but hides a surprising danger when warmed again. The answer might be sitting in your fridge right now. 2. Spinach, a green that turns against you. Spinach, with its vibrant green leaves and reputation as a superfood, feels like an act of care every time you add it to a meal. For seniors, it's a go-to for iron, vitamins, and heart-healthy nutrients. But beneath its promise lies a lesser-known truth. Reheating spinach can transform it from a friend to a foe, especially for those navigating the sensitivities of age. Spinach is naturally high in nitrates, compounds that are harmless when the leaves are fresh or lightly cooked. But when spinach is cooked, cooled, and then reheated, particularly in a microwave, these nitrates can convert into nitrites, substances that stress the cardiovascular system. For seniors with blood pressure concerns or heart conditions, this is no small matter. Nitrites can disrupt oxygen flow in the blood, adding pressure to an already delicate system. The digestive toll is just as concerning. Reheating spinach strips away vital nutrients like vitamin C and folate, leaving behind a dish that's less nourishing and harder to digest. For older adults with slower gut motility, this can mean bloating, discomfort, or even cramping. If stored improperly, spinach can also harbor bacteria like Listeria, which thrives in moist, nutrient-rich environments. For a senior's weakened immune system, this is a risk not worth taking. The price you pay might be subtle: a foggy afternoon, a tightness in the chest, or a sense of unease you can't quite place. Over time, these moments accumulate, chipping away at the vitality you're working to preserve. Reheated spinach offers little in return. Its once vibrant nutrients faded, its promise of health diminished. Let spinach shine in its freshest form. Blend it into a smoothie, toss it into a salad, or sauté it lightly for a meal that truly serves you. But resist the microwave's call. Your heart, your gut, and your clarity deserve more. There's one more food, one so common it's in nearly every kitchen, that carries an even greater risk when reheated. It feels like a staple, but it could be quietly undermining your health. 3. Olive oil-based dishes, a betrayal of trust. Olive oil is the golden elixir of the kitchen, celebrated for its heart-healthy fats and rich flavor. Dishes cooked with olive oil, whether a vibrant vegetable stir-fry, a silky pasta sauce, or a roasted medley, feel like an act of love, especially for seniors aiming to protect their cholesterol and joints. But when you reheat these dishes, that love can turn into a quiet betrayal, one that affects the very systems you're trying to nurture. Olive oil, when fresh, is a powerhouse of antioxidants and monounsaturated fats, supporting heart health and reducing inflammation. But when dishes cooked with olive oil are reheated, especially at high microwave temperatures, the oil's delicate structure breaks down. The fats oxidize, forming harmful compounds like peroxides and aldehydes that contribute to inflammation and arterial damage. For seniors managing heart disease or arthritis, this is a silent strain that adds up over time. The loss of nutrients is just as troubling. Reheating destroys olive oil's polyphenol, the antioxidants that fight cellular aging and protect against oxidative stress. What's left is a dish that tastes familiar but offers little of its original promise. If reheated in plastic containers, there's an added risk. High heat can leach chemicals like BPA into the food, disrupting hormonal balance and heart function. The cost might not hit you immediately. It could be a vague heaviness after lunch, a stiffness in your joints, or a creeping fatigue you blame on age. But these are signals, quiet warnings that your body is working harder than it should. Over time, the inflammation from reheated olive oil dishes can contribute to chronic conditions, dimming the energy and mobility you cherish. Olive oil is a treasure best used fresh or in cold dishes. Drizzle it over a salad, use it in a marinade, or toss it with chilled roasted vegetables. But when it's been cooked, let it rest. Don't ask it to endure the microwave's heat again. Your body, in its hard-earned wisdom, deserves choices that uplift, not undermine. Conclusion: a call to choose wisely. As we journey through our golden years, the choices we make at the table take on new weight. Reheating food may seem like a small, everyday act, but for seniors, it can shape the path of your health, your energy, and your independence. Knowing which foods to avoid reheating, like mushrooms, spinach, and olive oil-based dishes, and which to warm with care, like red meat, cream-based pasta, and tofu, is more than a practical tip. It's a form of self-respect. Aging well isn't about grand gestures or drastic changes. It's about the small, steady decisions we make each day. How we handle our leftovers, how we honor our digestion, how we protect the strength of our heart, mind, and body with every bite. When you reheat red meat, creamy pasta, or tofu, you're not just feeding yourself, you're telling your body, I still care. I still choose vitality. And when you let go of habits that no longer serve, like microwaving mushrooms, spinach, or olive oil dishes, you step closer to freedom. Freedom from discomfort, from fatigue, from the preventable setbacks that can steal joy from these precious years. The price of convenience can be subtle but lasting. A reheated dish that seems harmless might leave you tired, foggy, or achy, pulling you away from the moments that matter, time with loved ones, a walk in the morning light, or the quiet pride of feeling strong in your body. But the reward for awareness is greater still. Better digestion, clearer thinking, stronger steps, and a sense of control over your well-being, no matter your age. Tomorrow, when you open the fridge, pause. Not every dish deserves a second chance in the microwave. Choose what nourishes. Reheat with intention. Honor this chapter of life with the quiet strength that comes from wisdom, not habit. Every meal is a choice. Protect your future one bite at a time. I'd love to hear from you. Share one thing you've learned today and plan to apply in your kitchen. If this video resonated, drop a 1 in the comments. If it didn't, a 0 helps me create better content for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more health tips tailored to your golden years. Thank you for being here, and here's to living fully on your terms.